So, this week we have Skyfall, 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 and more Skyfall.
Holy crap, what else are we going to talk about?
Skyfall.
Oh, perfect, because I was running out of room.
Fingers.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? It's Bosco's Box Office Breakdown. It's Wednesday. We're going to get this shit on the roll. Matt Yoder here, always ready to talk about the movies. Joey, always more ready to talk about the movies.
The most ready.
The most ready. This is called Bosco's Box Office Breakdown, and we're ready to go. Bring it on. You know what the best part of this show is?
What's the best part of the show?
Is that theme song. It's so fucking catchy at the beginning.
Isn't it?
So whoever wrote it, much props to them. Was it you? Did you write it?
No, I didn't write it.
Okay. Well,
no.
Dude, I totally could have given you.
Mine.
I totally could have given you the props.
I can't though because I have a friend
who deserves the credit.
Who made that song for us, and he's.
Does he get paid royalties every time that we play the song?
We don't get paid anything. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, man, we should really find some sponsorships. We should really get some more viewers. How about you?
We should really get some more viewers.
Hey, you
right
there.
Spend hours. Literally hours.
Literally hours.
Working on this.
Yeah.
And
for you.
And you do nothing.
Yeah, just sit there and enjoy it. We'll make it for you, but just find a couple people and keep
watch
the
it with them, and then have them, go watch it. Come on, guys, it's a team effort here.
Help keep the pirate ship afloat.
We need you, and you don't really need us, but you should want us. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think you're a pretty wantable guy.
I'm a pretty wantable guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not to toot my own horn. I think I'm pretty wantable too.
You're pretty wantable.
Beep beep. That's me tooting my own horn.
Toot toot. You know what I'm saying?
Toot toot. Whatever. Toot beep beep. What, you got a rap song?
That's your thing. I have my thing. But there's this thing. It's called Skyfall.
Okay, Skyfall. We're gonna get into it. Let's get into it.
Well,
you want to get into it first, or do you want to talk about what happened last week?
Let's do last week first, because I have a lot to say about the movies that came out last week.
Perfect.
Because I saw them all.
We'll check you out.
I saw them all.
Well, look at you, sneaking into movie theaters and not paying for shit.
You know what? I paid for every single one of those movies. So
My boy.
Why don't you go shut up?
Which is always what we recommend. Please go support your local theaters, support the movies, and give them the money that they deserve. Because just because you think that the lighting gaffer of a movie doesn't deserve his paycheck, they does. They do.
He works harder than you do.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Well, he's got a lot of pressure.
He has a lot of pressure on him because if he moves it just the wrong way, the whole shot.
Got to do it all over again.
Got to do it all over again.
Yep, that takes time, that takes Skrilla, that takes money, that takes cheddar. So every little bit helps, and so do your part. So let's talk about last week's top 5. Last week, as we both knew, Wreck-It Ralph was going to make incredible amounts of money.
And it did make incredible amounts of money. Not
as much as we thought.
But it still
Not as much as The Incredibles did, but it still made an incredible amount of money.
It made an incredible amount of money. Good. Good job, sir.
You're impressed, I know. That's why you hired me for this job.
What can I say?
You picked the right guy. What can I say?
Okay.
So Wreck-It Ralph came in at number 1, made a measly $50 million. No big deal. Check them out. What did you think of the movie?
I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm one of the few. I know. I'm one of the few, and you guys are gonna hate me for this. But come on, let's have a talk about this, people. It wasn't that great behind the whole. That's every single character that I played with as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But behind all that, it's a very familiar film that we've seen a lot of times before, and that's cool and all. But for me, it just wasn't working.
And here's what I say. And I mean, I didn't see the movie. I'm sorry, I didn't contribute to the $50 million that it did. But
it's okay, Matthew.
But
okay.
Did you see all the best parts in the trailer?
Definitely.
That's it.
All the best parts are definitely in the trailers.
Yeah. And so if you wanted to see if you want to see a longer movie that's not as good as what you saw in the trailers, go see Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, or Flight.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Actually, let's talk about that right now.
Let's talk about Flight now.
Flight coming in at number 2, making, I think, what was it, 26 mil, 25 mil?
20 mil.
24 mil.
25.
Yeah,
right,
25
mil.
I
saw that too.
Yeah, we both thought that this movie was going to be
a classic film.
Yeah.
It was going to be like, oh my god, what happened?
Everything that Robert Zemeckis has done before, here he comes back.
Most things he's done before.
Yeah, we'll give him credit when credit's due, and then we'll kind of like lace down the kind of watered down stuff that wasn't so great.
Just all those
animated movies that were kind of
movies he made in the
not really necessary.
What was the point of that? Just just like what was the point of that?
It's
quickly just.
I mean, I guess I would say like when bands want to take this certain route for their album.
Yeah, I guess so. But
he took three
albums.
Films. Yeah, so he took 3 films
over 10 years. I mean, I'm sorry, but come on.
No, I'm right there with you. Like, I think I'm glad that he was attached to the movies that he was attached to, because those are all. I mean, like, who else is going to do Beowulf? And like the fact that he had enough confidence in himself to try something as new as with the technology at that time. I'm glad it was him and not someone who could have royally fucked it.
Yeah, totally.
And then,
but at the same time, it just felt totally wrong just for him.
Yeah. If he made it more like what the Game of Thrones looked like, then that would have been fucking amazing.
But he's not that person.
But he's not. He's
not that director.
He's not that big war epic kind of guy.
Which is the reason that those were just strange for me. Like from him, it just felt weird.
It didn't feel like home.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Speaking of that, Flight is that exact movie. It's not what he makes usually, and for that reason alone, it's not working. Okay, so from
what we saw in the trailers about what we thought Flight was going to be about,
it's not like that at all.
It's not like that at all. So it kind of shows you like, hey, Denzel's this pilot, he does a plane crash, and he does this amazing move where he does like the 360 or whatever, and somehow he lands it, and everyone's okay, right? Like no one dies.
Most people are okay.
Oh, so most people are okay.
Yeah.
But still, like, literally, like, it's the most amazing move. It's like, when Tony Hawk does a 900 on a skateboard.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But they find out that he's drunk when he did it. Then the whole movie takes this huge left turn about not being...
Seriously? I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. So the movie ends up being all about him being an alcoholic.
Right. But here's the thing. That could have been great. That could have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it's made, it's so corny. It just feels fake to me. The whole thing feels really just cheesy, like those type of movies, that he makes. But it was just, it just wasn't, and it was too long.
Yeah.
2.5 hours for that fucking movie?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But really, it was a simple story that it was dragged out to this amazingly long length that just didn't work.
Yeah. Like lots of trial scenes that really didn't need to happen.
There was one.
Yeah?
There was one trial scene.
Interesting.
And the rest of the movie is just him drinking.
Now, from what I heard, Budweiser was so upset about like the fact that he's always got a Budweiser can in his hand that they were like, I don't know if they were going to sue the movie studio.
I don't think so,
but like they were just like upset that it's just like, oh, you're showing that alcoholism is affiliated with our product. Well, it's beer, it makes a lot of sense on this side of the camera.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but like it's like it was unnecessary.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, he drinks everything. He drinks all sorts of alcohol in this movie. So for that,
he's got like an IV drip going into
a vodka.
Yeah, a vodka.
Yeah, like honestly, like it's just. I swear to God, he takes a jug of water this big, filled with
whatever he wants,
and just blah, 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 blah.
For no reason. Like, do you find out that he's like clinically depressed with like?
No, he just drinks a lot. I swear to God, this size. I'm not kidding with you. Just this
and just
liquor, just chugs it.
Okay, well that's interesting.
I was cracking up, to be honest. I was like, this is really stupid.
Anything for an Academy Award during Oscar season? Anybody do anything that was over?
For the first half hour, everything.
Yeah?
But after that, it just crashes like a plane.
Metaphorical nosedive on...
Honestly, as soon as the plane hit the ground, the movie hit the ground. Like, terribly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. I mean, if you're interested, Redbox is probably when you'd want to see it if you did want to see it again.
You know what? I'm gonna say, don't see it and just hope.
Yeah.
It's great because
if you have time in 3 years when it's on, a TNT show, when it's
see the first half hour.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah. And then go watch, whatever else you want. Just know that you saw the best part of the movie.
Yeah, and that's it. And then it's over.
Cool. Let's see. Coming in at number 3, we have Argo, which is, again, like we said, it's staying consistently consistent.
Yep. With 10 million.
Yeah.
And we've been you know, I mean,
we've said all we need to say
we've
about that
said
movie.
what we had to say, and that's it.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Next, we have Man in the Iron Fist.
Which I just saw, actually, at noon today.
Yeah? Came in at 8 million. So how did...
Yeah.
It was... I think that's where we thought it would be.
Yeah, about 8
like,
million.
we're not really surprised on that. I mean, I'm glad that it, you know...
Made some money.
It made the top 5.
It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Just this week, man, just all the movies have just been stinkers, like, for real, like, in a
you
really,
see all the best parts in
the trailer.
the
No,
trailer.
this movie had some actually really cool scenes of just, like, sword fighting in it, so that was cool. But besides that, it was really just your
run-of-the-mill action,
run-of-the-mill
kung fu flick.
Action movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of slow. It was a little bit boring at some points, but, I mean, it was fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
could have been shorter.
Should have been shorter.
Yeah, like 2 hours. Could have been like an hour and a half.
No,
20.
It was like 100 minutes, and it could have been 80.
Yeah,
it would have been fine.
Yeah. Like just things were elongated. Too much.
It was just some parts I was just like, all right, we really don't need this.
Yeah,
you know.
But for a first-time filmmaker.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, and he's not a great director. Like you
Yeah.
can see the camera work in this movie is really hit and miss.
Yeah.
Super hit and miss.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting because, like, like not to say that I know who his director of photography is, but I'm guessing he has more experience in making movies than the RZA does.
Yeah.
But, like, it seems like it's kind of hard to have that balance of, like, hey, here's my vision, I'm the director, but then your
But
DP,
wait, but you just do it this way. I promise it's better.
Yeah, but your DP is like, yeah, I know that you've never done this before, and I've been doing this for a career.
Yeah.
So,
but it's your film, dude. Do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna get a paycheck. I don't care. But like, that's why you have your DP is to kind of bounce ideas off.
Right.
Of,
it's like, hey, you could try it this way, and it might look a little bit,
Yeah.
better.
Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I want. Tell me what is possible in doing that.
But
and
here's the
what
thing.
would make it better.
Here's the thing. For the whole first half of the film, it seems like he didn't have one at all. He was just pointing the camera in places and just hoping it worked.
Yeah.
But then it just switched into this stylish tone.
Okay.
I guess, and I don't know what happened, but it just
like
switched.
the editing.
Yeah,
like,
it
started
just
to
became
go
more of a film, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
But it was over. The movie was over at that point. So I was like, all right, well.
It's like watching two totally different movies.
Right.
From.
It just, I don't know what happened. It just, like, changed movies for some reason. I don't know.
Did it make it better or worse?
Yeah,
or?
No, it did.
So the second part make it better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
But it still wasn't that great.
Yeah,
overall.
Okay.
It just wasn't that great.
Again, something else that we probably recommend that you just wait to go see when it comes out on DVD. And then to round out the top 5, guess what? It's that little movie called Taken. Taken 2, yes.
Taken 2 with 6 million.
6 million is what it came out to be.
We don't have anything to say about that.
We've been talking about this movie for about a month. I'm over it. Cool, sweet, lovely.
Sucks.
Glad you're still making some money. Congratulations.
Don't support it. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't go see it because, you've
too late.
You already saw it, and they're probably working on Taken 3. Yeah.
Yeah. It's happening.
I think we all kind of saw that.
Who can they fucking take now?
Yeah.
I'm
the president?
sorry.
Oh, wait. Sorry, that's been done a trillion times, too. Whatever.
All
right, cool. So that's all the movies that came out this last week, and then
Skyfall!
Now we're getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, there's more?
But wait, there's more.
Oh, all right.
Come back after this commercial break.
Huh? Okay.
So, with those of you who tune in on a weekly basis, and who specifically tuned with us last week, we were talking about how I thought Joey was a mad, crazy person for saying that the fact that because of Hurricane Sandy, they lost 25% of their revenue. Like, all these movies that only made 10 million that could have made 20 million or 25 million. Like, and I was like, that's bullshit. It's just New York and Pennsylvania and all these other movies. Like there's 5 states out of 50 that are being affected. Like, how does that make that much money? Now, what I did is I sent a challenge to our viewers to say, hey, if you're able to find anything that backs up what Joey's saying, then I will do the cinnamon challenge, which is basically you take a teaspoon or a tablespoon full of cinnamon that looks kind of like that, and then I'll do that because I will reward you for being correct.
Right.
So, before Joey interjects, let me finish.
Right.
Let me roll on with this. Right after the show that we did, Joey finds saying that it was exactly 25% of people who go see movies were affected by this, and that's why the 10 million could have been 25. It could have been 25 million, but the people who were affected by Hurricane Sandy, it was only 10. Although Joey has the cinnamon that is prompt and ready to go, I said that if there's any viewers out there who would tell me that that would be the case, that I would do it. But no one did. So.
All right, here's a new challenge.
Okay.
If we get 5 people,
Okay.
5 people out of 23 possible, probably, to say that you have to do it, you have to do it.
If we get 200 views in a week, I'll do it.
On this or any video?
On this video.
On this specific video.
On this specific video, it has to be 200 views, and you have a week to do it.
200 views in 7 days from tomorrow, from Thursday, because
that's
when the show goes up.
Yeah,
it's Thursday.
Sure.
All right. So that's
challenge accepted.
You've heard it here.
Challenge accepted.
Folks.
That's it.
7 days
to get 200 views.
200.
Now that means that you cannot watch that.
I can't. No,
it only counts at one view, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
Well, let me because it's me. It's my video.
So when you go to school tomorrow, you're going to go to all your different...
I don't have internet at school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm really...
Even on the computers? Like, you don't have a computer lab at your school?
Not really.
Oh, okay. I was like, so you can't go...
I can't go. I can tell everyone.
Yeah.
I can... Oh, man, I'm going to promo this up the ass of America.
All right. I will gladly do the Cinnamon Challenge if you can get 200 views.
I have it right here, folks.
Yep. They're waiting for me.
It's seriously... Come on, guys. You know you want this...
I can't wait to not do it. I'm so excited.
In his mouth.
I can't wait to not do it. I'm so excited. So excited. So, now that I've finally eaten my words and apparently might possibly eat some cinnamon next week, let us talk about the movie that is coming out. Skyfall. Here's a clip.
Bond. James Bond. Skyfall. Rated PG-13.
So that looks pretty cool.
Skyfall.
I kind of wish that I was James Bond right now.
Like the movie of the year, sir. No. Sam Mendes directing a Bond movie?
Okay.
In the wildest of dreams, I could have never even thought of that. And yet, it seems like it works so perfectly. It has 100+ reviews on
Rotten
Tomatoes. It has a 92%.
Okay.
Which basically means classic film at that point.
Okay.
Don't laugh at me, man.
I'm not.
You're laughing at me.
No, I'm excited for your excitement. The thing that's really tough for me to get behind Bond films is they are always so, they're always so structured in the way that they're told.
I can't, though, with this one. Javier Bardem.
No, it looks like a fantastic villain.
It looks like it has this really great story to it. Mm-hmm. It's 2.5 hours long. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing... I know we always say this with every movie, but there's nothing that could go wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know every week we're like, oh, this is going to be great. And we come back and I'm like, oh, it sucked. But this is going to be great.
Okay. Here's what to me is always really tough about Bond films. Unless you're a super fan who's read the book and it seems like it's always really difficult to follow that story. Because there's
Really?
Yes.
Explain.
You just there's always so much information that's thrown at you that you have to divulge and kind of know what they're already talking about already, which makes it a little difficult to kind of deconstruct and turn into a layman's terms. Although it's not meant to be that kind of movie, but for me it's hey, so all these things are going on, and then I read this booklet, but I don't really know what this booklet means, and it's not really telling me what I need to know as a viewer, but apparently everyone else on the fucking screen knows what's going on.
Okay.
So it's really hard for me to kind of stay engaged because part of me knows what's going on, and the other half is wait, so what the fuck just happened?
Wait, let me just show you some evidence.
Okay.
Exhibit A. This is a great movie that needs no explanation.
Okay.
You just watch it and you know what's happening, and it's great.
Okay.
Exhibit B. Not so much. All I'm saying is...
Okay.
No, I just had to have that there because it's true. I've seen the first half of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a big fan. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, I guess...
Which one is this movie? Quantum of Solace?
Yeah.
You saw the first half of it?
First half of it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to turn this off now.
Mm-hmm.
But, with that being said...
Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And that happened in the 90s, 80s, 90s ones, which weren't very good. It's very true. But these are fantastic films. He's a great Bond.
Great Bond. And he has, what, 2 more that he signed up with?
3 more.
3 more? Okay.
Which means he's going to be around for a long time, and it means that people love him and his movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's James Bond. Always a classic. Always does really well.
But him in that role is so perfect.
Yeah, he kills it.
Like no other person right now.
That one scene, the one scene in the clip where you see him go like this, when he gets his jacket back on, when like the train, fucking half the train blows off. That's the most pimp thing I've ever seen. Ever. In history of film.
Life, yeah. Just ever.
Yeah. And he pulls it off. Like,
and
that's why I know that he's great.
Fucking Sam Mendes directing this.
Yeah.
American Beauty, you know?
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Me too. But never did I think he would go from that to Skyfall.
True.
Right? Mm-hmm. But it's just great how he can make all these films that are just so completely different.
Do you think that, and I've read a couple interviews with Javier Bardem, who I'm really excited to see take on the role of a villain again, because he just does so good as villains.
Yeah.
And the way that he really takes his craft very seriously.
Indeed.
And do you think that he would have done this movie if Sam Mendes wasn't attached to it? Or do you think you already saw the character and what he could do to it?
No, because, I mean,
because he holds so much clout?
Exactly. Yeah. He's just a great filmmaker. Like, he just makes great movies all the time. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is the first film he's made that it's really just completely new for him.
Mm-hmm. Going way outside of his box.
Going way outside the box on this one.
In the same way that Zemeckis kind of went outside of his thing with those
Flight.
movies. Well, no, with those 3 animated movies.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it seems like he's kind of going out of his element, but it seems like he'll actually do a relatively good job.
Right. I feel like here he actually made it work.
Yeah.
This one. But we'll see, because I'm going to see it on Friday. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
How it goes.
Sounds good to me. But top 5. Do you think Wreck-It Ralph is going to hold on for 2 weeks, or do you think that James Bond is going to...
James Bond is going to just take it for sure.
Number 1?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to say...
I mean, it's already made so much money overseas.
Right?
Yeah, it's just like $165 million
overseas.
Yeah.
I'm thinking...
If you say 80, you're crazy.
75 million opening weekend.
Okay.
Just because it's just this... It's a huge franchise. Mm-hmm. He's huge. As a Bond, he's a... You know what I mean?
Continue.
I feel like...
I think it'll take number 1. I think it'll take number 1, but I think 75 is like, whoa, bro. Like, that's asking a lot. That's asking a lot of people. Okay, we'll go. 75. Okay. Number 2, Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph with,
made 50 this week?
25.
Ooh, that big of a plunder?
Yeah.
Do you think everyone who already saw it wanted to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much done for now. Well,
it'll still make money, but...
Yeah, it's just not that much money. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is probably going to be Flight again. Mm-hmm. Like 10 million.
It'll be interesting to see if people who saw it were just like, who heard such of the bad reviews that they're just like, I don't recommend you seeing this movie. So after the bad reviews that it got the first time, on whether or not like it will go from $25 million to like $7 million. Because everyone was like, don't go see this movie.
That's a huge drop, though. That's a giant drop.
But with how it's been like taken, like everyone that I've talked to was just like, it was kind of like whatever, you know. I wouldn't go see it. So okay, number 3, Flight with what did you say? 15? 10. Okay, number 4.
Number 4.
Taken or Argo?
Yeah.
Or Taken and Argo? Or Man with Iron Fist? Is that going to make more money?
Yeah. Argo with like 7.
Yeah.
And then
that's about what it made last week. Do you think it'll stay consecutive?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then number 5, I really don't even have any idea what it could be.
Taken 2 again?
It's Taken 2 with like 3 maybe, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds fair, doesn't it?
No, I think you're basically going to mirror mine. But I think your amount on
Skyfall's
a little high. It's ambitious, but like here's the thing: is like what was the movie that made the most amount of money? It was what was it? Like okay, so if if Wreck-It Ralph made $50 million and that movie was like everyone can go see that movie with your kids, with your family. Like those are the movies that make a lot of money, and we were anticipating $60 million, which I thought was pretty ideal. This one only seems like certain. Okay,
I'm gonna say one thing before you continue. and you're gonna hate me for it, with the hurricane.
No.
Hundreds of
Still
we're
without power.
we're still closed.
Mm-hmm.
So that you
But
gotta
it could have
take
made
into
more.
factor- This next week,
Mm-hmm.
they're all open again.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be huge because
Because people will want to go back and see what
everyone's
they
like,
missed
we're
out.
free from
Yeah.
the house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go see a movie.
Yeah. I want
Just
to say it'll be Skyfall, and I'll say Skyfall at 50 million because I think that
Wow.
the fact that Wreck-It Ralph made 15 million. So I'm going to say Skyfall at 50 million,
Okay.
and then I'll say Wreck-It Ralph at 38 million. So still really strong.
38? Really?
Yeah. Because I don't think enough people saw it.
Okay.
Are the people who wanted to go see it. And then number 3, what'd you say? Flight?
Flight, yeah.
Number 3, we'll do Flight.
Okay.
So number 3 we'll do Flight, and that'll make like 12 million. Number 2 we'll do...
4.
Number 4 we'll do Argo. That'll make 5 million, and then Taken 2 at number 2 with... Taken 2 at number 5 with like 3 million.
Okay.
Cool.
Fair.
So that's a wrap on the show today, guys. We will see you next week, and we'll see if we can get you on Monday with the in-session, or the sessions spoiler.
Spoiler-filled talk.